前往沃达哈，等下顺便把我手上的那2袋钱钱卖掉，应该就会有钱。雇员带回来的只是我的传送费。我去把那几袋钱钱卖掉。
OK
那再来把一些无关紧要的小垃圾丢到开发板上。
Oh man, this Cortez guy. Man, we're trying to buy some time at least. Just like we can in galleons. I think I have so little economy because I'm trying to like all in defend this guy. No, repair. Stop beefing, just repair it. Can you repair it, please? That's the dodge. Holy.
其实没有这种东西。
Yes. Oh, it's so lit.
这可以做。嘟嘟鸟蛋。
Tabasco, we're eating good tonight, my brother. Let's freaking go, Tabasco. Okay. It's always months. Let's go. Okay, the ships are not it. It has to be the months.
有个舞者的 ID 叫做4岁就能弹，4岁是这样。树木、原木、杉木，我要把这些木材都卖掉啊！卖一卖。先把今天的。那这个都可以消一消，统统消一消。
But I hate these. I hate these. Bro, I'm not even looking. Oh, missed. Unfortunately. I have some men arms though. I have some men arms. Oh, he's shooting trees over there.
消死可以干嘛？没火药，没用。
Very nice. Where's this guy? I love the AI. They're so stupid.
粘胶，粘土可以干嘛？拿掉。清一场可以干嘛
？13 years I've never had this arm.
哦，这什么样的东西？留着，这留着。多余的粘液，卖掉。多余的粘液，我傻笑。卖掉，凝胶，没有东西卖掉。疯了。
Nice, I have a petard. Okay.
卖掉。
卖的好。Kind of yelling. Oh,
凝胶先留着。
Okay. Good. Okay, I think so looking good. We've decided the ready attack now. Now we can go make another count. Here, I want to find your pop somewhat careful. That's like wasted all my economy. Okay. Tabasco's a loose cannon. Can I attack down on myself? I'm gonna see if he does damage. Okay, it does damage. Okay. Let's just go in case he pisses me off. Good to have that leverage of the relationship. A. Careful.
刀石硫磺，像木有木。
Very careful.
买了。
Wait, I can take the Spanish beats. Wait. Is he using missionaries here? He wants to convert my cannon. So if I take 20 horses here, I win. I win that part of the campaign. Wait, but he's converting it. Defend it. Oh yes. No, what? He's killing the beasts. Oh, it's so cool. They have the horses. That is so cool. I killed it myself. I only got 5 beasts left. I can heal them, nice. I don't have 5 beasts left. I'm after this defeat the Spanish. I love this AI always has one stuff. I can actually trap him. Like if you go in here, I literally just trap him in. Oh, he's playing perfectly. No. That doesn't need this. I use the guitar. Nice. Good. Yeah, not to worry about those guys. That's gonna play last 4 houses of the game. Perfect. Okay, that's the field and army. We have Imperial Age, which is really cool. So we only have 100 pops. With missionaries. Yeah, I'm just gonna get atonement. Nice. Let's take those guys. I think I'm gonna start that. Pretty good. He had heresy. Oh my goodness, he actually got heresy. Thank God he didn't get the price earlier. I didn't that. We have a booster for the autocom. This has to be with it sometimes. Oh, I'm not good. The autocom is the single best invention for campaign play. I have to tell my now, so I'm not sure of this guy. I'd like to have it. Oh no, I can't have it. That's better. Longer. Ready for the phone here. Maybe I get a captain. I'm gonna get a captain first. Let's do that. Send a few those out here. Okay, I get a captain. It's it. It could really depend on. That is good at the shoot though. Great. Oh, this is not looking good actually. I do have my Embarrass. Start with some Eagle maybe? Eagle production can be nice. Oh, wood is art. The wood price is already horrendous. I have no more gold. Like maybe this gold up here. I'm out of gold. That costs a
借我用一下。
There's not a chance
我
to
怕我
do
明天
this
回来会很晚。
Never made it past.
它是那个开关记得开啊，
开关，
对啊，我都关着了，
你都关着。
我都关着了，而且 打开。
要用的时候再打开就好。
嗯，
I'm just gonna delete it. I can't risk it. It's so hard to defend him. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. Get the army towards him. Fight anything. No, he's gonna die. Tabasco, you absolute dog. You absolute dog. You're not dying here. You literal animal. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Put it at the back. Put it at the back. I just for goodness. Oh my god. I have to cheese. I have to cheese them. No way. Get me some army. Tabasco, get me some army. Repair the DC. Oh my god. This is so dumb. It actually works. It's actually working. I can't believe it. Give me some army. That's the way to go. Nice. Cancel those. Embarrassed. Continue cheating. Imperial Age. I'm gonna send some bills out here. Finally getting some pipes into the action. Come on, give it to my nerd. The cheese saves the game. The cheese absolutely saves the game. What is that guy gonna do? I have no gold here, right? Yeah, no gold, but sometimes. You definitely need House Burn. We need a council here. We absolutely need a council. Yeah, we're gonna go house.
沙多市集有人在炸，
I didn't mention my council.
有人在标曲啊。
Get that even. That was nice. Yeah, we're gonna go trash it here. We can eco steal those guys. Yeah, then 60 basket gold. Okay, Tabasco. He's doing work. Listen, Tabasco, I'm so sorry for what I called you earlier. You didn't deserve that. My bad. But good work up there. Good work. The university's here. We can now click up. Get handcraft in good measure. I have a lot of builds. I will delete them in a second. I'm gonna outpost them. This Tabasco guy is a massive liability. Who do I start with? Spanish or the other guy, or red? I feel like starting with red would be better. I'm not even sure though. Spanish is clearly the harder one of the two, right? Okay, nice. Here's some wood. Need ballistics. This is nice. I think I'll sell my stone. I don't really need it. I'll prepare. I could get Latin. Yeah, nice. Oh wait, Absence got buffed. In the original game, like the Conquerors, you didn't get that. Wow. So now we're just getting buffed. It's pretty sick. Why am I going pikes with eagles?
每500就出现了，这群家伙取是要多老，要多老有多老哎。
The whole thing. You can give me a red. They don't respond. That's the problem. They don't respond. I ask for resources and they never respond. Okay, pikes are destroying the eagles somehow. Okay, this guy's got a base up here. Cool. For that? Oh, post on. I forgot this. I was too busy saving Tabasco's ass. Okay, we'll go pikes here. That should be it. Oh, I have Jag rollers too. I used to love playing with Jag. In the Aztec campaign. My favorite unit was the Jag, actually. I figured Pike Skirm is obviously the play. You don't have a lot of gold. Convert to stables? I can't. The guy has theirs. It doesn't work. I can't go for the She lost no more. Okay, let's run the Imperialist. I'm gonna start by stone. Just gotta get some upgrades here. I don't have a lot of recon. I got 70 bills. I guess that's pretty decent. So we need to push to Spanish and we need to push to left. Okay, let's start with. Hold on, we gotta repair this. TC number 1. I think we start with Spanish. Oh, there's some things up here. Let's start with this guy. Let's start with Spanish. This guy lets him a little bit. I can do some of those back home as well. Thing is, I don't mind my trash competition. Like, it's not bad. I get a couple of cards. That gold is gonna be so nice, though. That. Also, the fun part of my campaign is they hide stuff in the corners and purposely, so you have to scout and explore. Oh, there's some bullets here as well. They're not hiding them. Yeah, they're not hiding them. Just this one. I'm just blind as a bat. Yeah, I would like to make a second castle to feel actually safe. Because this guy, again, he's been a massive reliability. You guys on YouTube probably won't see a first a couple of attempts, they were pathetic. Pushing into the chest base? Yeah, now we're chilling. Now we're chilling. Okay, so if I kill the CC, he's dead, right? That's what defeating means. Tabasco dies, but I kill the CC. Holy, he's got 10 million back there. The Spanish 10 guys is insane. That was quite nice. Skirm Pike is perfect counter. They have some long stuff that's making it a little tricky. Skirm Pike is perfect counter. They have some long swords that's making it a little tricky, but the scrims are quite decent. Even against those guys. There's some heavy siege stuff, add some.
新的装备。我去挖绿金矿，20个。应该要先解园艺师的职业人，然后解之后把装备换掉，不然那手屁都挖不起。等一下，园艺师。
Tabasco's big chilling guys.
现在解到几等了？涂上云海，飘上云海的方向。柑橘，柑橘，柑橘，柑橘有了。阿诺西亚，高地。想从希拉过去比较快。算了，高地，穿。
Yeah, this guy.
反正都来了，顺便挖绿晶石。20个。
First time rocking the Civ, Titans. Jumping in on rank ladder, we tried the Churchins, felt very, very good. So the people in my chat here, I'm talking about probably Twitch and YouTube as well. The people in my chat are saying that they hate new stuff. They don't hate new stuff, they just hate new stuff in general. And I'm here saying, I actually love new stuff, but I don't know what the new stuff is just yet. So we have to test it out. We're playing against the Jurchins right now. And we're playing against Vivi, the ranked 2 Chinese player. Very, very solid player. And we're rocking the Kitans. Now this Civ gets a little buff on the... Okay, so hello YouTube. We're going to be playing a game with the Way. Now the Way overall is a pretty good Civ. Like I tried it out, I really like the Civ overall. Unique and solid. But they've got one unit. The Zambe raid...
这他妈我还挺吃过饭的。
下雨。
Here's the lie here. In this video, we're going to look at a
人胖老王，前任胖老王。
One mod has been joined recently called Kinetic. It's basically what it sounds like, where everyone will fit bonuses, but then all multiplied by 10. So, for example, everyone put our first 20 person players team gets plus 10 range of calculate, another plus 10 in Imperial, and another plus 10 when the Britons get Yeoman, as unique packs are also multiplied and shared. Elite players in this unit, they need 20 times the original set, so go ahead and your summer range are all plus 10, but in space, another 50. Ending up with absurdly high range in the figure. And as you can imagine, elite units are often the strongest. Now there are some different versions of the mod with their own interpretations and balanced choices here, and I don't think the text version has been quite popular, now I admit it may all be quite similar to 9 times or 256 times tech mod, but in practice it's actually very different, as you don't start with the generic dark age and then research the same text over and over, and instead the absurdity begins immediately and is automatic, with this choice also potentially being much more impactful. Keep in mind that anything giving a 10% discount to more, that means that thing is free. For example, scouts on a Vanguard team or archers on Lion One. Partly for those reasons, the typical settings are on 4v4, Amazon Tunnel, Beachy, or Forest Nothing, though the game doesn't end in a silly experiment with Scout Rush. Conventionally, hosts also demand random set choice as well, but in this video, we're going to look at which civilizations are luckiest to moment and are my personal favorite.
这里我都挖了，
Top 10 that make
把它卖掉。
which I give a nice combination of very strong bonuses and also something that's widely used. With that, we'll open things up with the Bengalis. Immediately upon hitting feudal in later ages, they get 23 villagers, though the version doesn't show this bonus of allies, and it's one of the only examples of bonus not being shared for being so overpowered. Bengali elephants demonstrate no bonus damage, fire 200% faster, while also great attack, with their elite wrath melee mode also having massive 5-range slash damage. They are the most fun aspect for players who love booming though, but after their Imperial HE tech, the 14 villagers take up 0 pod space. So even after getting a minimum of 63 villagers, and even more if you make multiple town centers capacity, you can still put your entire population into military units, along with everything else on your team. Next up, we have the Byzantines. The game breaker here is their elite Cataphract, which after Logistica has this ridiculous unblockable trample damage that can really take the
What's all?
with then completely free camels, skirmishers, spear units for the whole team, plus everyone's imperial advance cost nothing. Really though, we are here for the cataphract, which is with over 500 HP, more than 50 resistance to anti-cavalry bonus damage, plus 39 bonus against infantry, and 10 times the usual trample damage over a huge area. The combo of crazy is crushing.
任务解一解，我又有钱了。下一站前往，不对，我决定我要先更新一下我的装备。38等，直接做14等的装备。40等的，这里是不对，40的采集之夜。
Next up, we have undoubtedly the craziest startup in the Chinese. Their beautiful custody villagers is instead plus 30 for everyone on your team, though with the drawback of starting with a whole 1,800 food and 300 wood. Given your immediate 120 villager lead with the other team to 4 stars, that's definitely worth the cost, and isn't even where the Chinese advantage is 10. Their tech discount of 10% in feudal age means to that point, completely free for the whole team, including spies, by the way. The Chipping also ends up being quite scrapped. Impressive 23 total projectile per shot. Moving on, we have another strong this time it's box. Obviously, all infantry being free from the entire game for your whole team can lead to a ridiculous initial rush. And keep in mind, the whole team's infantry gain plus 10 bonus versus buildings after each HF, along with super fast working barracks, being an even more with perfusion. Anarchy then also applies to the whole team, giving everyone free nearly instantly free Huskarl, and remember plus 100 to your off limits in Imperial Age. That means potentially 300 free elite Huskarls per player, which can then be instantly replaced in the late game, having 34 attack plus 30 more against buildings and massive Pierce armor, on top of whatever other bonuses your allies contribute. Along with Chinese, it might be the most broken Civ, and you get a quick win. Next up, we have the Hidden Stones. The most obvious bonus here is the 80% discounted villagers in Dark Age becoming completely free after feudal, with a ton of bonus damage on the camels and scouts for unusually high early pressure as well. What makes them S tier for me though is their late game units. Between the super long reaching of the Oolong, the Imperial Camel, which becomes shared for the whole team, having greatly enhanced stats for that upgrade, pulling plus 20 bonus damage versus the buildings, and then the 27 range and 14 armor on Cannoneer. Just like an unmodded AV2, I see their strength as the ultimate counter Civ of many unique units, while also giving the team a flexible boost. In terms of raw early game speed though, we have to talk about the melee. If you thought over 60% faster advancing was pretty quick, imagine over 600% faster, opening up dozens of new strategies. With Khmer and Italian allies, you can quite literally be an Imperial Age before you finish your first house, and you then have completely free battle elephants, bottlenecked only by That said, in the late game, the battle elephants, generic, and elite grounded warrior stats don't really keep up with many elite units, so you'll largely rely on your allied bonuses to find a nice They start everyone off with 500 extra wood and food, then using top centers with up to triple the lethal work rate by Imperial Age. Like melee, that can help with quicker advancing, but what really pushes them into S tier is the elite or elephant, with almost 2,000 hit points each. Worth noting as well is the Savar replaceable paladin upgrade for the whole team, and it gives them only 10 XP upgrade boost, making it a very good anti-archer option. Plus, just for fun, the Caravanserai gives 10 times its regular effect as well, so your trade units make ridiculous amounts of gold, moving at nearly the speed of older cards. Next up though, we have the Throne. It is largely because of the super firing Scorpion.
What the?
Coveted variants you have, but even ignoring the machine gun Scorpion, the whole team has 50% faster working and building villagers, which is always a huge boost. You then get massive amounts of armor and infantry from each blacksmith upgrade, plus the legionary for the whole team, with its stat improvements for longswords being multiplied by 10. And last but not least, we'll finish out the S tier with the Pole. Their farming bonus means dropping on 80% of the farm's food instantly beside bulwarks, And you can either let the farmer finish off the last bit of food, or just leave the farm and place another one for more food. You also get a ton of work to go into mining, which always makes your man quickly to use their secret weapon. So with
白钢铆钉
that, it's cheap considering your farming income has
米
gun covering units in the late game and bonus against archers.
我刚挖了一点米
You need a fairly experienced team for everyone to know how to make use of the farming bonus, but the potential is a top tier
沙眼底丝还是米眼底丝
That's my personal test here.
沙眼底丝修
These ones are also very
沙铁沙
I just find either a little boring for my playstyle or a bit more situational. Doing this here alphabetically as well, we'll start with the first. Absolutely amazing is the 50% fastest villager state in Dark Age, turning into double the movement speed, which has the time to get around maps with the village, which could follow up with completely free stable units of the whole team starting the castling. A couple of other things late are the fast EP capsules, which are great for all those fleet units, and their elite camel archers, which regenerate 150 HP per minute. This one is mostly about the free knight and elephant for me, but people see villagers are also just a lot of fun. Moving on, next we have the sheep. They get out to a very slow start, and are really here because of these super fast and tanky gun covered units. They typically use to be advanced economically, you can very quickly use trade cards and potentially high HP and even faster villagers than berbers in baby, but for just a bit too slow for advocates. Next up, of course, we have to go into red. In addition to counts that are only possible stone and people working shepherds to start, however, not less plus 30 range on everyone's archer, with archer ranges and looking quite fast with boulders region. That said, while archers are using tech stack blocks, I think there's a risk of an overestimating impact rate. And I'm not sure 6 times wide has range of deadly sounds with an equal amount of attack to stack the legend. While they're still a lot of fun, if you expect them to be S tier, wait until you run up against a unit with good Pierce armor and several hundred HP. Even during the plus the Ethiopian bones together isn't always a perfect formula, though sometimes it can be. Moving on though, we have bigger jars. They have a few bonuses, like very good increasing convertible bills, and mounted units like camels and elephants have up to 5 times useful bonus damage. In past waves, these tech then removes the food cost from all the extras. Though what personally elevates them to A tier for me are their unique units, with the elite shopping firmer featuring a 15 range faster melee attack and the elite for Bombshell Rider, which can ignore the first 27 incoming arrows. Next up, we have the Incas. They also remove the entire food cost of units of the whole team, give villagers massive amounts of attack, armor through black attacks, obviously supports 55 pots each, and everyone can build as many castles as they like for free. There's a lot of left gear with very high armor equals as well, with the main thing that I hold in the back being the elite cameo isn't that great, so I found that they better support this for others than the wrecking ball in and of themselves. Another very nice teammate is then the Molly. In addition to no wood cost on most buildings, barrack students having up to plus 30 Pierce armor and double the gold income from mining, they greatly support cavalry players with plus 50 attack, plus give everyone's town centers 80 extra passive arrows for defense. My favorite part though might be their Kabato, dealing 42 melee damage from 15 range, which, especially with the Japanese ally, provides fast movement speed, long range, and just 8% of melee damage. Next up, I'm going with the Mines. They give the whole team 3 archers and walls, and plus 10 villagers at the start of the game. 17 range wound archers and plus 400 HP on evil warriors is nothing to sneeze at, and resources lasting 2.5 times as long as usual is also a nice bonus as well. Moving on, next we have to mention the Longhorns. They feature cavalry archers firing 3.5 times the usual rate, while the cavalry having up to 4 times the standard HP, and hunters working 5 times faster than usual, making HE us fit quick. Drill is also a great technique. Next, we have to mention the Longhorns. They feature cavalry archers firing 3.5 times the usual rate, while the cavalry having up to 4 times the standard HP, and hunters working 5 times faster than usual, making HE us pretty quick. Drill is also a great tech here, but for me this one's all about these 30 attack Magadai and over 600 shots per minute. Moving on, we have one you might want to immediately think of being E tier, but I personally love Ffxiv-Tc. Their bonuses are solid, removing the gold cost of all the units, generating a lot of wood for foragers, and having all technologies researched quickly for the whole team. Those are good, but my two favorite things about them are first the Ffxiv Tc, which works 10 times faster, and even just one versus player per team, these resources really no longer an issue. Strength is barely equal to all. The second aspect I love is the elite sporting gun. With 6 projectiles, all dealing 26 damage, making it among the highest damage output units in the water. Aiming through makes the snowball hard, especially with the Spanish ally, who make it an even faster fighter. In fact, speaking of which, we close out the A tier, let's hop next to work from Portugal and Spain. It would probably be C tier just to 10 times supremacy, but that's far from the most important contribution. Instead, what I love is the 300% boost in progress, building everything at 4 times the rate. That's what we use for getting walls, castles, military buildings, and houses up quickly, removing all the bottlenecks. Everything also gets 200 gold for every technology they research, wingers, and trade cards, plus everyone's gun cover units fire about triple the usual rate, which applies to the elite D4, giving you a great shoot. In truth, there's many more civilizations I could throw in here, with incredibly impactful bonuses or unique units, but at the least, I have brought you a good start with the list we have. If you guys like the idea of the mod, I'd also share some of my favorite and most broken team combo ideas in another video, which is definitely too much to speed in this one. Things like the Roman mod, where all players' bonuses unique text on each team are combined and then multiplied by 10. In this video, we're going to look at not just these basically strong hits with settings, but specific 4-player team combos that become more than the sum of its parts to unlock some truly broken strategies. Some commenters last time shared their own great ideas for finding good combinations as well, but I do want to highlight them, and they're being particularly clever. We start though with what I consider one of the most powerful strategies in the period, which is the full team castle spam. There's really 7 contenders to consider here, in which we can only pick 4 for our team. First off, we're going to need Franks or Incas, as either one can share their stone discount to make the whole team's castle free. I am here for the Incas, as they can give us massive armor on our villagers, a starter armor with 1,000 food, plus houses provide 55 pot space, and I just prefer their set of secondary bonuses. The next 2 are kind of no-brainers, and we want both. The Kingdoms giving our castles plus 30 range as well as health, with the unique tech and their castle fire with over 4 times the rate. We still have to worry a bit about enemy rams, and enemy Celt or Mongol sea rams in particular may still be able to get close enough to take out our castles. If we're really worried about that, we could round up the team with Persian, giving our castle shots over 50 attack per arrow and plus 30 damage versus rams, which is pretty tempting, though personally it's looks with a sustaining teammate allowing castles to engage in just over 30 seconds with a single villager. Ultimately, why bother trying to protect a handful of castles and rams when we can just build them faster than they can be taken down? Maybe a slightly different direction we could go with this idea would be to swap out Incas for Frank. So we could stack the Frank HP bonus, student armor, and the ability to outward attack on our Nighthawk, which gives us a good backup healing unit against those rams. Still, I'm something the original ones had mentioned, and 3 clearly help capital really are the foundation of the strategy. Unironically, this combo might be everything else on the list once it gets rolled, as very few units can penetrate castles with 40+ range. For example, there's no Ricochet in the game that can outrange these castles, and certainly couldn't take them down faster than we could build them. Speaking of threats though, next up, let's try to make the Ffxiv-Tc fit. No question, we're obviously going to need Japanese to give us the supercharged fire rate and instant attack now, as well as the cards for plus 20 range. We could then go with tons for more accuracy against units, but we actually get 100% accuracy in the 34 wall attack anyway, as well as some pretty ridiculous splash damage, so we can just use Britons here instead of times. Any full civ on the team would work at this point, such as Chinese for a great quantity to start, but if we want the truly best ricochets, we should add Saracen for 2.5 times the usual attack, letting us start one-shotting castles with just a handful of threats. Other potential civs to consider would be Celt for the faster attack rate, not that we really need it, or Berberus to reduce the training time to 15 seconds, but I like the 4 we already have. Keeping the siege theme going, next is making that Onager combo. Quickly, we need to start here with the Celt's fire rate, creation time, and HP, and we don't want enemy units getting away, so I then to run the Mongols for the super speed and Koreans for the plus 10 range, plus complete removal of minimum range. We do have some concerns here about enemy melee units, especially if the other team has humans giving them super fast cavalry. So you can either address that with students to add custom melee armor or Ethiopians for an incredible area effect, letting us hit a lot of units with each shot, even if we miss. Again though, the answer here I like best is to just use them free with a slot ally. The blast radius is less impressive than Ethiopians in terms of fit, but with 3 quickly created deep monitors, we don't really have to worry about how you use it, and also avoid a lot of heavy fire. Again, the main concern here throughout is fast and melee units supporting their shots, which is why for my money, the better siege choice and what to focus on is actually instead we have a lot of choice in good sales, but the first two are pretty obvious. The Mare with plus 10 range and 10 extra projectiles that are all half strength, as well as the Roman, so are scorpions possibly cold and have a much faster attack rate. Next, we're pulling Ethiopians, which I know sounds odd, since I didn't end up taking them to Monitor, but Fortune Engines is a really underestimated for scorpions, becoming insane in 10x wide, with the bolt reach up to 3 tiles to each side, so we really hit a lot more units with firing that. Rounding the team, we have a lot of good choices from here, including Slavs to make them all 3, health for Tennis HP, faster firing and creation speed, Mongols for faster liquids, and Chinese for the plus 40 attack with main projectiles and plus 20 in secondary. They're all tempting, but out of these, I think Chinese are most critical, letting us do almost 4 times the damage to castles. Suddenly, there's surprisingly little to slow us down, and even very good cavalry units won't survive long enough to get close. And opponents will pretty much have to get these with something long thing. Bringing the best combination. First off, you should know archers typically aren't as strong as you might think are, given so many things have high spear summer, but you can keep that issue in mind and try to address it. Obviously, Britain's frustrating range for archers and Ethiopians, giving us the most critical moves in fire rate. You can then add in Lion for 3 archers, including elite units, with both plus 10 current villagers. Keep in mind, elite units get 10 times greater benefit in your elite upgrade, so you want to bring the archers you need to have the most possible, and to do that to reduce slightly, considering elite units are hard lesser, which in this case have just 10 attack. It's very tempting to throw in Saracens here for the extra damage against buildings, especially since the opponent can technically grab 3 in the base game, not plus 2, so it's even better than 8. The idea is your opponent can't do much, it can just melt themselves to distance, but I actually think comparison choice would be a mistake. I've seen players with Britain and Ethiopian combined together be completely ineffective against units with high HP armor into the generic archer. What archers need in the mod improves their attack, which is where the fourth thing comes in fighting. They have to remove tactically our archer lines plus 10 damage to help avoid situations. You need to out and archer units including Ethiopia to be doing just 1 damage per shot. With only a 4 player team, I think Saracens could be too greedy, and even with fighting, units like the Huskarls can still compete for problems. Again, archers bring difficulty to focus on this mod because too many things have amazing armor, but this model will give us our best chance, in my opinion. That's archers, but what about cavalry? It's tempting here to go for some sort of super beefed up paladin, or some bonuses on particular cataphract, but if we go for a wooden combo, it's unclear. Instead, we can keep damage aspect broken and refocus around Polish Twin Bazaars, who also have trample damage, but will share that unit and effect for SP. From here, we could focus on beefing up his stats, but a better idea, I think, is instead to make our first ally in Fortune. Not only will our team's Twin Bazaars heal 150 per minute, but after you attack, they'll take up 0 population space. You can then add in Berbers to make our team stable unit 3, and while Magars will do the same thing with the case, I think the Berbers stats and will consider that benefit. We now have lots of options for equal fit, fixing volume and coverage.
哎，我多做了一张，算了。 下雨啦！月桂，我知道。刚刚看去哪里挖月桂？月桂，蓝沙拉蓝，小阿拉米特去买，衣服。你先去小阿拉米克，小阿拉米克多少钱？379。去小阿拉米克。 突然有点想去煮泡面来吃。干是马贝利啊！好，他没看到我放。水晶不足吧？靠腰，没有水晶。之前回格兰达尼亚，水晶好贵呀，繁中都在抢钱，到处抢钱。我错地方。没有散装的水晶可以买吗？真的是没有散装的水晶可以买，操！啊，我要可以到维欧水晶啦！
初级水晶一开始就有，不是吗？
弯之，好远操！是很多水晶都要到一些天气真的是要什么没什么。下大雨啦！我有水晶的，我挖过水晶的，我快叫雇员挖了。
嗯，
上个厕所。上下装备换了个遍。
嗯，
老虎虎，磨刀霍霍是想干嘛？是的。这是等装备来一套。
or from an office example, and found to produce a quality Japanese combo with the super pairs, battles, and just tons of arrows coming from all of the buildings. What am I now? Could they completely free camels, skirmishers, and spear units for the whole team? Plus every Hey guys, Spirit of the Lie here. It's a brand new year, which means it's the perfect time to revisit the age-old question: what are the best civilizations in Ffxiv-Tc? That part of the title is open to interpretation, especially when it comes to what maps we're talking about. And for example, the number one civ on Arabia, the third worst on Arabia. So to that point, let's take a look at including the most popular maps individually. Most countries with fundamentally 1,000 to 2,000 single players combined, and things get a bit different at very high and also lower levels. Some people say civ choice only matters to the highest skill, but since the majority of players searching the topics are probably not in the top 0.1% by definition, I'm going to favor civilizations that are crushing it at the level I think a lot of you guys are at, or probably trying to work for it. Without further ado, let's jump in, starting with the best in team games. To briefly summarize, the meta for team games tends to separate civ into one of two roles. Either the flank civs on the sides where players often choose archer civs, or the pocket players in behind who typically focus on cavalry for the extra mobility. While you don't have to play the standard team game meta, players assume you know this and will fall into those roles by default. The top three flank archer civs on Arabia these days are Britons, Mayans, and then Ethiopians at number one. To start with Britons, in addition to just being an excellent archer civ, especially once their extra range bonus kicks in, don't underestimate a boost in their team bonus here, helping not just themselves, but the other flank player produce archers and research techs like the crossbow upgrade 10% faster. They're an always popular and solid hit, with a decent rush and an excellent boon on their cheaper town centers. Slightly less popular, but seemingly just as strong, are then the Mayans, centered around a major discount on their archer units, a great economy overall, the potential of eagles in the late game, as well as their own reasonably helpful team bonus for half-price walls. Just about everyone in team games walls these days, so look at some nice really wood or stone savings. For this type, the number one fish are also the popular team Arabia carry a lot by their faster fighting archers. Easy to overlook as they have a little extra aggressive archer opening as well, thanks to 200 free resources when hitting tutelage, which puts them on par with other civs that have very good darkage bonuses. Any two of these three picks would be a great choice in the flanks in any open map team game. As for the best pocket civs, these are naturally going to have a cavalry focus, with the top three recently being Persians, Franks, and then Slavs at number one, though Magyars are also quite popular and a great choice. Starting with Persians, they're a fantastic booming civ with faster working town centers and some extra starting resources. Their stable then gives a lot of choice, including camels, knights with extra attacking archers for the whole team, and the unique Sabar upgrade to the Cavalier, which through extra bonus damage against archers and more tier summers feels slightly better than a paladin playing archers and meds. They're excelled ever so slightly though, both in terms of win rate and popularity by the Franks. This is the quintessential knight civilization, having extra looting from early, always longer lasting farms powered the knight stand, with the knight line then getting a better version of the bloodline. They're an incredibly strong cavalry civ, and also very streamlined towards that strategy, though also don't overlook their cheaper castles as well, which can be great for establishing map control and pressuring opponents. Still, we're not quite number one at the moment in pocket, as that title instead goes to the Slavs. While they're much less they're 50%
噔噔，
内湖郭雪芙，真是，哼，亚喵的乖孩子，
不贵，
丢人的家伙！
丢人的家伙！
看，每个都是下牙。
下山猪皮，露丝是羊毛线不对，羊毛线不对。这反动叫什么名字来着？算了，棉绒应该是别针。 而言。路线棉绒，对，所以是路线。别针棉绒我有2块。亚麻布，亚麻我很多。棉布，棉我已经快用完了。棉线，棉线要6个。铁锭，刚好有。这是什么？粉砂岩，粉砂岩只有1个。青金矿，我就知道要这个东西啊！看一下我亚麻线有几个？亚麻线有2个。把能出的东西出起来。就反正这里好挤哦，不知道为什么。
我去出去。
Faster farmers practice a tiny bit more effective than Frank's species, as food often proves the bottleneck in casting, and as long as the game lasts has at least everything in Frank's claws and limit, particularly as skill level improves. Those are the highest performing team game statistics recently, and one team won 2-1. I'm gonna break this into the 4 most popular maps, at least 2 or 3 of which are guaranteed to use every new map for this year in ranked and quick play. So whether you're going try hard, just testing the waters for the first time, or looking to start a losing streak, these are the ones you want to have in your back pocket. We'll start with the best is on Arena 1v1, opening these up through all angle rates to try to get a decent sample size of over 300,000 games. Coming in at number 4 are Bohemian, at just over a 56% win rate. This is a Civ that feels like it was made with Arena in mind, and while we're a bit slower to get the recon going, Arena is about the most forgiving map in that regard, with Bohemians then having a ton of great options once castling rolls around. They have their always dangerous Cossack wagons to blow up the castle drop, stronger spear units to break monks, and fast moving higher EVP abilities, along with the dangerous looking to upgrade the bomber cannon, giving it extra attack and splash damage. Bohemians have vivid unique and cannon trash, they seem to use and cannon brilliant. There's no such signature strategy. Hard to believe, but there are 3 Civs doing even better on Arena. For example, next time Rome. A humble signature success is 5% of resources budget across the board, and 3 points almost. It can have hundreds of resources and towards line or any category options for focus from as well. But then you costly use cannon and gunpowder entirely for that map. But I think again it comes down to raw economic power, which works slightly ahead of Roman art of play. They may not immediately come to mind Arena, but that's the really advantages. First, a faster eating opponent on map or a really fast castle is fairly possible, giving them a speed more villager numbers can. They then have Battle Elephant and Golden Street and Poison along with these monks, Westers, and Bomber and the technique implies they're going a little into the regular opponent, and having quite a bit of success when they are dead. Not quite as much as number 1 though, which is the same every year it seems. Everything about the Civ set up for incredible imperial power spike between instant chemistry and gunpowder bonuses to speed faster and seem more tanky. When most players think of Arena's super strategy, they think turret faster seriously, and it continues to be by far the turret that fast one and Civ struggle to handle that power units knocking on the door until it's 22 or 23 minutes per game. Next though, if we want to be best Nomad 2026. A 6 note bit on a land nomad, a clear winner is behind, and it's not even close. Regular Infantry or Scout is simply the best bonuses to use that map, and time confronting places like Nomad in fact. Regular Nomad is a different story though, as hunt servers left away, so tactics will go in for the dock, which knocks them down a fair bit, though our city's second most popular choice anyway, as a free Scout is hard to pass up on. The most popular choice on Nomad is then actually Spanish. We don't crack the top 5 by win rate, but are definitely solid if they can get away with the fast capital. It's definitely out because of Spanish, though especially something their popularity might be holding them back at this point, as everyone knows what to expect from them. Instead, let's let the top 3 performing Nomad picks that we have this version. Next start. Combine that consistently strong start with a cavalry option and just have the solid Nomad Civ. Next, we're basically an identical race those technically doing ever so slightly better to defend Medina. Their dog is by hot space, fishermen, and fishing ships carry extra food, and then unnecessary fuel. While we lack the mobility as version of the stable, heavily using archers and infantry on a great scene. So the end of the plot by strong services out, especially when fishing is the only thing guaranteed to have, plus finding the dog bones is so obviously being avoided in that minute. They're almost and remember to just have fun on the second. options and you have a public that is basically a guarantee for sensitive and the public that is which happens to not be thank you. These things identified as kind of 15 flags for versions of land on that. These 50 recognized large and in addition to this being consolidated, even with houses and stars, these things completely consolidated now there will be something classic that we talk 1% radio today. Originally makes us about half of one device, like something like the top 5 minutes. After that point, the frequency part was the move to advantage for the system that is going, but we don't see the super stand out. At number 5, roughly 53% of the rates we have for Vikings. Vikings is covered from the top 5 of radio. Thanks to what the else is back to the game. This is there was a stand part and unclearly deep because of first second window attack, and third deliberate damage to bring it from the completely summary drawback and publicity to be by once we form the use of the rail kit then the only way to happen is to relate the setup of the pointation. Then the only going to happen is that in part 5, which is just the compliment of what it includes. Next up, we're going to have our completely integrate right. All of the racing service that now positively also make them familiar with that one. They have agreed without eliminating tonight, and even everyone is so that cavalry they just do it so well that friends will think and we're expecting them to have time, which is usually that led to even technical. While Frank even look at his daughter to the career crash, the play actually gets better and better entirely, winning a lot of big games that actually well looking on a number 3 from half the ball. So the little defensive brain here, and being a more interesting, it's really cheap that I have to see the benefit of that. Once it's not falling days, more possible. Including more places, right? This is technically possible. We have a common variation, we have like variation wonders. First, we can set up a whole bit of our speed to use it to like that clear that the first thing happens. And particularly if it's about the well, it should be sentimental. Stargate, Outrush, and the many guys talk to you. That because the never seems to be happening is for what here, Outland, which has been very whether it's got them to last all which might down if they can have them to range to be back and then plus the 19 from Earth and Game and then 3 cavalry runners, including the faster than 5. Another effective citation, this one is between massive wood saving 1,000 and very effective combo coverage range saving event. Or longer to the range of the first 20 5 minutes, and the first strike and then allocate and practice our good account for 15K. Every representation has to be possible in last week. Years in some society, performing very well. So effectively, whatever the net is performing good at it, and having the top 5 country, if every year we take out and beat out, they still have a decent account from last year's winner bill, who are now on 3 years straight in this one, and have the things going. If let's go in great demonstration with the account rate, average archer dog, ladder, each joining really quickly to that, the fact that now, family, and the in-laws, and the discussion. Those are the two things, but really the problem that we should be is this from funding account that there's scout game, which means that it will try that anybody like after that counts scout and bonus helping with the actual level catcher and account scout is unable to ball. That said, it's not using their ability to exploit their skin, and instead it's an all game for those who want to potential enter and zero panel, delete the log, and implement the start chat. Let's run down the centralization on interactive settings. So it is your favorite thing to chat, and obviously everything is related. Thanks for watching. See you next time. There was a post on the Agent Empire Reddit questioning the obscure +1 attack bonus that elite Mamelukes have against themselves. So I thought to talk briefly about that, as well as take the opportunity to look at other examples of either things that are similar in being quite niche, or in other cases ones that are actually quite large, but just unexpected bonuses. The classic example of your bonus damage, of course, is the Chuganu's extra arrows dealing 0 melee damage in addition to their usual pierce attack, which sounds like it should have no effect on anything. As it turns out though, it interacts with the Ram's negative melee armor, indirectly giving Chuganu a bit of surprise bonus damage against Rams. I'll be trying to step away from some of the better-known examples like that one though, and include a few that even if you know the game's bonus damage value pretty well, I think it's unlikely you know all of these. With that though, let's jump back to the Elite Mamelukes. Now, Elite Mamelukes are by no means unique for having bonus damage against themselves, and in fact the list of units which that's true is very long. It's easy to come up with 10 examples in fact on the spot, but what's so unusual is that it's just +1, which partly seems worth the effort, especially when you consider how often Mamelukes are even fighting each other. It would either require conversions or 2 Saracen players both making a unique unit against each other for that situation to even come up. My guess though is that it's just a sneaky way to encourage the elite upgrades in mirror games. As now if you're in a Saracen mirror matchup and you see Mamelukes head to head, getting the elite upgrade not only gives you the regular benefit, but also the secret +1 damage. Now why Mamelukes even have this special type instead of just being camels is an interesting question. Originally in Age of 22 it was a cavalry unit taking bonus damage from engineers and anti-cavalry units alike. Later in the Conqueror's expansion, a lot of things happened at once. First, Mamelukes lost their infantry armor, instead gaining archer armor, making them weaker skirmishers. They then received a brand new camel and ship armor class that was given to all camel units, though at the same time they didn't use cavalry armor, instead gaining a bit of resistance against it. While having lots of different armors might sound like a good thing, in this case that just means they take a lot of bonus damage. Finally, on top of all that, they received a special Mammoth armor, which is actually pretty unusual for a unique unit, and most don't get a unique armor type. So why take the trouble with this one specifically? The answer is because the devs thought they were too good against their counters. To give an example, the Spearline units do plus 15, 22, and 32 cavalry as you go through their upgrade. Now, camels are quite a bit weaker than heavy cavalry when it comes to their baseline stats, so to help them out, the Spearline actually do reduced damage to camels, though obviously it's still quite a bit. Against Mamluks specifically though, they didn't seem to think that that was quite enough, so the Spearline has a bit of extra bonus damage against that specific unit, which together means they do even more bonus damage against Mamluks than against regular cavalry, and obviously much more than against camels. In fact, the full list of units with bonus damage against Mamelukes is pretty short, and it's just Spearline, Camel Riders after their heavy upgrade, Cannon Galleons for some reason, Elite Cameos, and of course Elite Mamelukes themselves. As we'll see, this is far from the strangest of the hidden attack bonuses though, and that's actually the main direction I wanted to go here. So now let's move on to other units, beginning our first off is Sheep. We'll start off here with the observation that villagers have 3 attacks, sheep have 7 HP, and yet a villager kills them in 1 hit. So obviously something strange is going on. It turns out sheep and related herdables, along with a couple of other animals, are sort of unusual for taking incredible amounts of bonus damage. The way things work, every attack from the unit carries information about what different types of attack they're doing and a corresponding value for each. The Elite Skirmisher here, for example, has 7 Pierce attack, but another 4 Archer attack, 3 Spearman attack, and 2 Cavalry Archer attack. By default, units have 1,000 armor against everything except melee and Pierce damage, so most incoming types of bonus damage is negated. The Skirmisher is still using Pierce attack, 7 Pierce attack, and a corresponding value for each. The Elite Skirmisher here, for example, has 7 Pierce attack, but another 4 Archer attack, 3 Spearman attack, and 2 Cavalry Archer attack. By default, units have 1,000 armor against everything except melee and Pierce damage, so most incoming types of bonus damage is negated. The Skirmisher is still technically sending Archer bonus damage at a champion, it's just running into 1,000 armor against it. If instead the unit is meant to take a certain type of bonus damage though, like an Archer in this case, then its Archer armor is set from a default of 1,000 down to 0, so it's not able to resist the incoming anti-Archer damage. Sometimes it's a negative number, or sometimes slightly positive to get some resistance, like Cataphracts who have cavalry armor set to 12 instead of 1,000, but in the vast majority of cases for hidden armor, it's either 1,000 or 0. Sheep and a few other animals, though, are unusual for having their base armor set to 0 by default to everything. Effectively, that means they take every bonus damage in the game. When scouts hit them with seemingly free attack, notice a sheep with 7 HP still dies. If we give it more HP so it'll actually survive, we can see the scout is doing 9 damage. So where does that number come from? It's actually because they're not just taking the melee damage of the scout, but also the scout's plus 6 against monks. That's also why shepherds are able to kill sheep in 1 hit, despite seemingly not having enough attack to do that. You may have assumed that's because they have anti-sheep bonus damage, but there's no such thing. Instead, it's thanks to their plus 3 against buildings and plus 6 against stone defenses. A sheep working in a monastery, I can definitely understand, but at this point it's getting a little weird. For an even more extreme case, petards have a wide variety of anti-building bonuses, and using this braided out sheep with 2000 HP, you can see it's taking all of it. Basically, sheep are wrecked by everything, except, funny enough, camel scouts. Until Feudal Age, they don't have any bonus damage, since that would mean that they're able to dominate through the scout battle. And a side effect of that is it means they need 4 hits in order to lay the sheep. Next, though, let's move on to another strange but sort of related example with organ guns and hussite wagons. Their extra projectiles use type 33, which is an armor type that none of the has. Remember, to take anti-archer damage, for example, you need archer armor, and making the projectiles use type 33 is then a bit mysterious. Theoretically, everything should just block that damage, and that's actually what the devs were counting on, with organ guns and hussite wagons having 1,002 attack of type 33. Keep in mind the default against something that isn't one of your unit's types is 1,000, so it's an easy way to make sure everything takes 2 damage from their secondary projectiles, regardless of any armor.
Well, not everything, I suppose, as sheep are still going to take all 1002. The next one you may already know if you've watched my previous videos, and it's the unusual bonus damage that towers take from extra arrows. What's strange is the main arrow just does regular pierce damage to other defensive buildings, while any extra arrows carry 5 bonus damage. That means garrisoning a villager to make a tower shoot 2 arrows doesn't double their attack against another tower, it does 6 times the damage. Admittedly, this one isn't all that obscure, but it is a very good example to know if you're ever in a tower war. Keeping with defensive buildings, let's circle back to the topic of camels, where they have their own unexpected interaction. We already saw how camels were given their own class and take less bonus damage from spears, etc. Slightly less well known is they also take a bit of bonus damage from towers, castles, and even town centers. This is a holdover from way back when ships and camels shared the same armor class, and part of making defenses stronger against ships meant camels unfortunately suffered as well, even taking extra damage from heated shot. In the African Kingdom's expansion, camels and ship armor went their separate ways, but presumably everyone was so used to camels taking bonus damage from defenses that a bit of that stayed in the game, though not to the same degree. It's among the reasons that camels aren't a very good trading unit compared to knights. Not only do they have 2 less pierce armor, but there's a bunch of defensive units doing with secret bonus damage against them as well. Now that said, it wasn't just camels that got hurt by the shared unit type with ships though. Ships have also picked up a few extra counters in that arrangement. Namely, spear units, camels, but even Eagle Warriors and Genoese crossbows have some bonuses passed over to ships as well. They tend to be less than their anti-cavalry bonuses and in the same ballpark as their bonuses against camels. It seems unlikely to me that,
谢欣达
if not for camels during an armored class for so long, and at this point, this is a feature of the game. Unexpected interactions between land and sea units don't stop there though. With cannon galleons, in addition to massive bonus damage against buildings and high base attack, they have an extra +15 against infantry, cavalry, and archers, as well as an extra +4 against Mamelukes that I mentioned earlier, or who knows what reason. Now this seems pretty odd on the face of it, and I assume they wanted to just give them 50 melee attack instead of 35, but that made them too good against other ships. The compromise seems to have been that they gave them lower base attack, but then just brought them up against basically everything on land. Jumping back to land, one that's easy to overlook is that gunpowders have an obscure +4 extra damage taken from the weight of the dart, whereas the regular Hussar has no bonus damage against it. This is just a little extra thing for Lithuanians controls that can catch an opponent off guard, and in fact bonuses against gunpowder units are incredibly rare, with the Condottiero being the only other example in the game. In the reverse, hand cannoneers and slingers have a strange bonus of their own, where they do +10 against infantry, but an extra +1 against the spear line in particular, just for good measure. In fact, spear units take extra damage from just about every type of archer, as well as skirmishers, genitour, cavalry archers, with even more after parking tactics, as well as stone defense. It's actually kind of rough out there being a spear unit, and they have to feel at times like the whole world's out to get them. In a similar vein, Eagle Warriors also have a pretty rough go with this, taking +1 for pretty much every infantry unit, including spearmen. As good as the Eagle's stats may look side by side with another infantry, often the deck is subtly stacked against them. But now let's look at a couple of examples for Siege, which we haven't really talked about too much yet. The first one we'll look at is Rams, who take a very unexpected bonus from Conquistadors of all things. Remember, bonus damage is independent of pierce armor, so you're getting decent guaranteed damage with every shot. Presumably, this will make up for their slow reload time, as they would otherwise take a long time to bring down rams, which would also explain why hand cannoneers have their own secret +2 bonus damage against them as well. Scorpions also have slight bonus damage against rams, on top of doing 0 melee damage, meaning they get the same benefit of the ram's negative melee armor, similar to the Chupanu. Another similar situation where 0 bonus damage ends up being very helpful is the Steppe Lancer, which has a secret +0 against siege. That doesn't help against rams, but ballista elephants have -2 siege armor, so it's just an unexpected extra 2 damage that Steppe Lancers do to ballista elephants in particular. Your guess is as good as mine why they would add this bonus to Steppe Lancers solely to help in that one matchup. Another interesting siege unit is the Petard. We already saw all the bonus damage they do to sheep thanks to several different bonuses stacking, but that also leads to some implications about what they should target. They start with +500 against buildings, add another 100 against castles, and another 900 against walls and gates. That's why despite having triple the HP, Petards are about as good at breaking through stone walls as they are house walls. In contrast, the heavy demolition ship only has +200. With an entire boatload
裁
of
缝，
explosives
裁缝，裁缝。
and the targets. But now we'll end on my personal favorite obscure bonus damage, which is for a unit you may not even know is in the game called the Ninja. Now this is just a scenario editor unit, so you won't run into it very often, but it has a very specific bonus. There's actually a special armor type called Class 36 that is only used on kings, queens, and heroes. The Ninja is completely unique for having a +9 bonus against that class. Personally, I think it should have been +2000 for a guaranteed insta-kill, but I still think it's a cool Easter egg. So that's been a list of some of my favorite obscure bonuses, with a few more practical ones for given as well. Thanks for watching.
看没有水
I'll
晶
see
做
you
不了
next。When you start the list, you realize how many different civs have something unique, even as simple as Vietnamese getting free conscription. That lets you get out trebuchets much faster in Imperial, which is situationally great, but does it make them top 10? Outside of that short window in early Imperial Age, Vietnamese castles are otherwise generic, so there's a lot of subjectivity based on when in the game you
水
put
晶
your
那里
emphasis.
有啊，
That's my argument for my personal ranking.
不远。
Starting off at number 11 is the Romans, whose castles are
因为我要去煮泡面。
太困了，好难。
快高路。Oh, yeah, there. Right, leave it, there you go. Yeah. Then I actually went. Oh, yeah. What's the spell? Yeah, there. Leave it, yeah. Yeah. What's the spell? Hey. What's the spell? 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 Be careful. Yeah.
好，换橘色了。
嗯，
把我台灯换起来。 试试看我的新玩具。希望他不要被我摔烂，因为我今天才在公司不小心摔了他一次，希望没烂。
够了！你已经足足缠了我3个阶序，老师。如果你同意不再跟你安坐，我就同意回答你那些没完没了的问题。我会告诉你一个死人，问题掉在瓦里看到山上那座城堡，那是罗德里戈·迪亚斯的城堡，摩尔人和基督徒们都叫它基督。这个称呼来自阿拉伯语，意思是大。它是古往今来最伟大的。基德是一名骑士，教中领土西班牙的一个皇帝。在老皇帝去世后，他的2个儿子桑丘和阿方索将继承一分为二。桑丘国王统治卡斯蒂利亚，这是一片贫瘠的土地，与其边境上的公共强力。基德遵从自己的儿子，必须为卡斯蒂利亚及其亲国做出。狡猾的阿方索国王虽是莱昂的子弟，但他毫不掩饰自己要承认整个基督教西班牙国王的子。很快，这2人之间就引起了战争。双方的冲突在高帕吉拉之战达到高潮。基德在此役中曾试图俘获阿方索。
欢迎罗德里克，比赛就等着你到来，开始比赛吧！击败我的勇士罗德里克·迪亚斯德维瓦尔，你就将成为我的军队统帅。开始吧！基德会败在我的剑下。陛下，如果您同意，我将迎战西德。你将在马上和罗德里戈比试，而他却要徒步，我不允许。如果罗德里戈愿意，我在马厩为他准备了一匹好马。罗德里戈，你怎么想？这匹马巴维耶卡来自高贵的塞维利亚的皇家马厩。我壮观！现在开始着手完成你的任务。罗德里戈·迪亚兹德维瓦尔，基德，你将成为卡斯蒂利亚军队的统帅。很高兴看到你获得胜利，只有把这个重任交给你，我才能放心。罗德里戈，你应该知道我的弟弟阿方索，你也知道他对整个西班牙的野心。我需要你前往高帕吉拉，到阿方索的城堡里抓住他，带回来。我要说服他安心统治莱昂。军队已经装备整齐，看，西德。
我们的家就是您的家，记得。彼得，听说你成为了桑丘国王的勇士，我们听听你的教遣。行。servidor cultivar. Cultivar. Sí, cultivar. Presto, buscar. Hazme. Presto, de grado. Seguro. Sí. Hazme. Sí. 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 Listo. De grado. Sí. Mate. Santiago. Listo. De grado. No. Servidor.
干，这管灯也太亮了吧，眼睛要瞎了。
Sí. No. De grado. No. De grado. Adora. No. Adora. De grado. Adora. No. De grado. Adora. De grado. No. De grado. Adora. No. 彼得的前程天下闻名，我们甘愿追随他。了不起！这栋建筑将是你探索之旅的真正开端。我和全卡斯蒂利亚的人民都感谢你。
哦，
Adora. De grado. Presto, excavar. No. Tapar.
我的
Adora. No. Sí, de grado. No. Adora. De grado. No, adora. Ay. De grado.
Mande, Dada.
这塑胶袋真的要拆下来，然后会偏光。
Servidora.
还是不能留着你当皇臣。
Construir, construir, construir,
哎
construir.，
家好多了。
Servidor. Tapar. Adora. No. Sí. Adora. De grado. Adora. De grado. Sí, de grado. Presto, servidor, de grado. Mando a
Ako, sige. Monday, boy. Ako.
Construir.
Monday,
Mande.
buscar. Sí, te gracias.
Integrar. Sí, servidora. Talar. Talar, talar. Presto.
Construir. Esto, ¿no? Sí. Sí, adora. Logrado. Santiago. Adora.
¿Seguro? Sí, agosto. Construir. Presto.
Monday.
Servidora.
Samar. Sí, adora. Construir.
Sí, la.
Sí.
Servidora. Excavar. Agora. Construir. Reemplazo. Construir.
Degrado. Degrado.
¿Dónde? Sí. ¿Dónde? Plástico. Construir.
Sí, Madonna. No. Degrado. ¿Dónde?
Servidora. Instalar. Construir. Construir.
Madonna. Sí. No. ¿Dónde? Degrado. No. Degrado. Madonna. No. ¿Dónde? Construir. Servidor. Mamá. Sí. Madonna. No.
Construir.
Esto. Degrado.
Servidora. Construir. Sí. Agora. Construir.
Degrado. Esto. Sí. Esto. Madonna. Sí. Sí.
¿Dónde? Servidora.
没有帕蒂亚。
嗯，这里面是什么？Concentrate. Escapar. Continue. Continue.
Monday, see, last day. Ready. Allora, go. 看来我的兄弟有话对我说。既然你让我别无选择，我只好同你一道回去见。行，点开了。好的，点开了。
about this.
期盼阿方索，但狡猾的国王知道赢得战争的方式会是什么，于是阿方索割给桑丘国王，诱骗到萨莫拉城墙下的一个秘密会场，并在当天夜里将其刺杀。兄长死后，阿方索成为了莱昂和卡斯蒂利亚的国王，也就是基督教西班牙最强大的国王。基德无法信任阿方索国王，但又许下了忠于国王的誓言，而现在阿方索就是他的国王。基德逼迫阿方索国王在神圣遗迹上发誓，自己与哥哥桑丘的死没有任何关系。阿方索颤抖着在自己的军队与大臣面前说出了誓言。这样一来，基德就帮助阿方索巩固了在人民心中的地位，因为他们都是那么信任其。然而，邪恶的阿方索国王并没有意识到基德这一步其实是在帮助他。相反，阿方索国王对自己归来。
哎，
一头蓝色的狼娶了一只休养的母鹿为配偶，他们在沃南河的上游定居下来，养育后代，于是就诞生了蒙古。我的毕生之作《蒙古人的秘史》也在此开始。因为大势将近，我被选定为这部史诗的创造者。我们要离开蒙古， 我一直生活在这片寒冷干燥、无边无际的大草原上，在这里，部落间争吵不休，就像争夺土拨鼠尸体的秃鹰。我们为这一点点资源而战，稀缺的水、树木，还有放牧所需的牧草。有个叫铁木真的家伙想改变这一切，他很聪明，也很危险。他说要终结部落之间的冲突，蒙古人只需要做到2点：首先，我们需要新鲜的牧草放牧，有了更多的资源，部落之间的竞争就会减少。第二，我们是崇尚勇士的民族，我们需要一个共同的敌人。为了满足这2点要求，铁木真想出了一个最为恰当的计划：我们要团结各个部落，与任何阻挡我们的人开战。要怎么做呢？我们问他，我们这些住在毡帐里的游牧骑兵要怎么开始征服世界？铁木真回答：我们不会单打独斗，而是要像一支统一的军队协同作战。我们的战斗不是为了个人荣誉，而是为了部落。说出这句话以后，铁木真的名声就传开了，他的名字被头衔取代，大汗成吉思汗。
都有吧？没有爬梯啊。
吉思汗的部落来了。各位，你们要前往每一个边远地区的部落，你们必须说服更多的人加入我们光荣的军队。平息西辽，毫无犹豫可以。如果你能向我们证明你是天神眷顾之人，我们就跟随你，给我们带件圣物来。乃蛮人是我们的敌人，如果你们能把他们逐出草原，只有这样，我们才会加入。天很难熬，我们的战士都饿了。给我们20头羊，我们就加入。如果你们有人受伤，我们的僧侣可以治疗。我们正和太史乌人开战，把他们的营地黑了，加入你。
有摸太阳海岸的水晶吗？我他妈经过太阳海岸那么多次，我居然没有摸太阳海岸的水晶吗？等下来去摸一个。这边是干嘛的？啊，礼服开放。不对啊，这是开礼服了，这是干嘛？哦。开挖宝。
谢谢你，大韩，我们会信守诺言，为你提供这些人马。
Wat was nog? Hier van mooi. Wat mooi. Hier net. Daar zoek je. Hier net. Wonderboy. Voor de soms, daar terug in. Zou je hier van heen, hè? Hier van de boy. Wonderboy. Daar terug in. Wat was nog? Hier net. Zou je hier van de boy? Daar zoek je. Van de boy. Hier van de boy. Andere way nog. Voor de bal, Frans.
居正明加入联盟之后，我觉得人民有力了。有一只大狼叫欧子，他的狼群袭击了我们的羊群，差了，加入。
这边。
我要加入你们。
开始的这边。Yine. Sayı yine. Kontrol. Sarıdan sonra Hier, Bonnefoy. Hier, ne?
圣母带来了，大家好，我们要闭嘴呐喊。
好，我是。